Hello, Ron Bashar here. So, as you know, I have been building my temple up from the ground. It's in a okay place, right? I mean, this is obviously by no means nothing comparable to even the good ones, but let me cut the chase straight, right? Yeah, I am, guys, forcing myself to just get into the topic right away. So, if you are not interested, you can leave obviously if that's what you want. Anyway, I want to talk to you about how to go around the architect when you are building your temple, right? So what you don't want is, so the thing is, the most end game, the best temples have their architect about here somewhere, right? Pretty early on. But that is not normally achieved very easily, right? You have to kind of fill up your temple, right? You have to have a built temple in order to be able to force the architect to go somewhere around there, right? So I have never gotten it here. I have gotten it here on these two lines, I think. This one doesn't really happen normally. So what you do is you build your temple, you kill the architect by protecting while protecting your main chain. The architect goes there and you rebuild your temple, which is an insane deal. Maybe I will get there one day. I'm just working on getting this. And when you start fresh, you kind of want this position, right? The position that's kind of next to it, here. You don't want the corner, but because then it will be messing up two of your edges at one time, right? So we want to sacrifice like maybe one square, right, of the temple to not get screwed by the architect. Why? Because, guys, the big no-no with the temple is causing loops, causing a grid of temple rooms to be in touch with one the other, right? Because then the destabilization can kind of target anything. So, guys, a basic rule for destabilization is: can you start from a square and arrive at the beginning uninterrupted, right? So that's a chain. So this is a chain, which means every single room in this chain is protected by this room. They cannot be destabilized without this destabilizing first. But so you could say, is that one safe? That one is actually not 100% safe. Why? Because the destabilization can target this one and then this one, right? But as long as this is intact, everything here is safe, right? So this one would be safe almost all the time because I have to have three destabilizations, which is a low probability at this number of rooms, and so on. So that's why you see all these temples dodging the architect like mad, right? You just want one connection to the architect. If you have two, that can cause a chain and it can cause you to destabilize. And so, guys, this or anything symmetric here, right? No, not that one. Here, yeah. So you don't want it close to the corner. Why? Because, guys, at this point, I will manage, and I'm going to show it to you how it's done. At this point, I can manage to sacrifice just one square, which is this, right? Because at this point, what I want to do is Garrison Spy Master, utilizing the Russian tech. And when I don't do that, it's a loss, right? And as you can see, I had to accept the loss here. Why? Because the Russian tech. Let me. Whoops. Okay. Okay. No, Russian. Okay, that's gonna be fine. Let me just build my temple up. We start with this one. Then we have the smithy. Then we have the armory. Then I think it's gonna allow us. So this, okay. So this far you can get in game, right? But this won't work. So that is something I activated. So we don't lose time here. Because normally I would have to do the Russian tech. Okay. Let me put the architect as well, right? That's my architect. Okay. So let's get back to it. No, I couldn't get back to it. Now I did. Okay. So this is, I'm replicating my temple here, as you can see. Okay. So the thing is, guys, let me go back to in-game. So we are doing the in-game rule now. So how to do this AB thing, right? I did show it to you before. You have to put an armory here, then you have to put a garrison in here, and then you can put the spy master in, right? And then you wait for these to destabilize. That's how I arrived there, right? What I did was this, right? For every single spy master after the first one, I had to do this one. Then I waited for these to destabilize and I went on. But as you can see, obviously I can't do it here, right? Because I can't put an armory here. So what I do, and I won't be able to place a spy master here. So what I do is I do an armory here, right? I do the garrison here. And now, obviously, because this is not next to a spy master, I can do the spy master. And now I can do the garrison. And now I can pick up the Russian tech again, right? Armory, garrison, and spy master while not connecting to the architect, right? That's what we want, right? And then I will wait for these to destabilize. So that's how you turn corners when the architect is around. But imagine, guys, if the architect was here, that's gonna be a huge problem. Why? It was going to connect to this square and this square, and then that means, so guys, let me just show it to you. Just go over with me the destabilization rule I told you. So can I start from a square and can I arrive at the beginning, right? I start from the square. See, that means this corner is open to destabilization, right? Right? In theory also, I could also do this. So the architect is open to destabilization, but as you know, the architect does not destabilize. So what this does is that it opens this square, this temple room open to destabilization. But when I do this, I can just get it done with sacrificing a single square, which is this armory, right? And then I can pick my own stuff up, right? And it could have been here. It's going to be the same. So let me do this. So let's say the architect is here for you, right? You do this. Obviously, Russian tech fails because I can't do it. So what I am going to do is this one. Then I go garrison, spy master, garrison. And now I can do the Russian tech without connecting, right? Whoop. And we are done, right? So, because imagine if it were here. Let's just rewind. So this is a problem, right? First off, I can't do the Russian tech here. I have to do this, right? Then I have to do this. Then I do my spy master. Very nice. And take a look at this now. So if I want to do Russian, I have to do armory in here. But take a look at this, guys. So this is a huge grid that all connects. This is terrible, right? Everything is open to destabilization. Take a look at this. I start from this one, right? Goes there, right? So I can go. All of this line is open to destabilization. All of these four, right? And also I can do this. So these two are also open to destabilization as well, right? So the amount of locking medallions that you need to get is insane. This is absolutely terrible. So you do not want the architect in the corner ever, right? That's why you don't, right? So if I do this though, as you can see, it's gonna go fine. Oh, that was actually correct, right? Armory. Yeah. What's going on? Why does it not allow the spy master? It should have allowed the spy master. Yeah, I think there's a mistake there because we just had that. Interesting. Because the commander upgrades. Let me go over it again. Now it works for an unknown reason. But yeah, I mean, I know it does work. So the deal, guys, what the GGG did this, what GGG did to prevent us from doing this, I tried to talk a little bit too fast, is they said you are not able to put the spy master next to a legion barrack, right? The upgraded version of the garrison that turns green, right? The banner turns green, and then you cannot place the spy master next to it, right? But the orange ones, you are fine. So what you do is the Russian tech, right? What you do is this one stays still orange, and then I can do the thing, right? So a moment ago I couldn't do it because of this one, right? That's why it was not possible. Then we wait for these to destabilize, and then you can go on with the Russian tank, right? And you could have it here as well. Doesn't really matter. Well, it does matter a little bit if you want to reset it at some point. Early on is best. So mine is the second best version. No, not a very good place, but you don't want the corners. So guys, you don't want it near the edges, so it interacts with two edges, right? So it does not interact with two edges, right? You just want the architect to interact with a single edge, so you can sacrifice a single room and move on, right? Obviously, you do not sacrifice one room, but four, but because at the end, when you have formed your huge snake, you will not be going to these rooms, but for the short term, you will be sacrificing one room only, and that's this armor, right? Nothing else. If it's in the corner, it gets very nasty, right? You will have to sacrifice 2 or 3 rooms, I think. I mean, let's explore that option if you like. Okay, go here, rewind. Okay, so I have to sacrifice this room. That's not correct. I shouldn't be able to do that. Why am I able to do that? I can't do it. Yeah, I mean, guys, I think I'm deleting it a little bit too quickly or something. Oh, Russian is allowed. That's why. Okay. Yeah, because I shouldn't be able to do that. So let's just discover this, guys. Okay, I do this, then I won't be able to do that, right? Now take a look at this. Now Spy Master is fine. Garrison, and I don't want to form the huge grid, so I have to sacrifice them. So this makes me sacrifice 2 rooms, right? Or actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turn Russian back on. 6. So guys, the thing is, let's take a look. I do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, right? So we sacrificed 1 Spy Master because the architect position was bad. And this is a long video, I know, but I just wanna say this to you guys. So in my third how to reset your temple video, in that video you might have noticed I did reset my temple fully, but in that video the architect was here or something, right? And imagine you do tens and tens of maps, you finally have a clean slate and you are beginning to start, and at the time I started thinking, I'm like, hold up, that corner doesn't look very good, right? And guys, at that point of investment, you just want to have it as best as possible, right? Why sacrifice additional rooms, right? I mean, I did all that to not sacrifice any rooms. So yeah, what I had to do then was make another row to the architect, kill the architect a few times, and get this position. Then I started. Yeah, it's pretty terrible. So that's about it, guys. That's how you turn corners when the architect is around. That's the minimum number of rooms that you sacrifice. You definitely don't want a corner position, one away from, and I'm talking about not the little corner. I don't think he goes there, right? I'm talking about this one, the diagonal of the corner, right? So you don't want that, but one tile inside is fine. This one, right? This one, not this one. Yep, this one is fine. This one is fine, right? We just had that. So anything symmetric here, right? Those are fine. But the diagonal of the corner is not fine. That's going to make you sacrifice an additional room. So if you are thinking about resetting the temple and resetting a new, make sure that your architect is a good position. This one is the best position possible. I mean, if you can get it, while you have an empty temple, that's very lucky. You can build the utmost versions, the ultimate versions. So how much difference does it make? I think, so I don't have a temple like that, but I think it makes a difference of 15 to 20% of having the artifact in this position and in this position when you have fully built it. So for example, guys, right now a person that has their architect here wouldn't make any difference for me, right? Because I'm not limited by the room yet, right? But at the end, it's going to make a rather large difference. So that's about it, and I will see you guys in another video.